Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. My name is Amista, and we are here to catch up with some regulars, to meet some new people, to do a little bit of Reiki, to do some manifestation advice, to do some tarot readings, to find some happiness, to do some tarot readings for those in the room. And maybe even people outside the room will get a piggyback when they come into the room later. Deviancha, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you here. You're the first one in today. How are you, honey? Nomad, I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been? Glad you're here. How are you? La da 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 la da 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 da. So glad to see you guys. I just went live on Rumble and there was nobody would talk to me. There was people there, but nobody would say anything to me. They're very shy on Rumble. Facebook, nobody came in at all. So I'm so glad somebody's here on YouTube. You've been working a lot? Well, that's a good thing. Very good thing. Desiree, glad to hear it. Any good news coming your way? Well, I think we create our good news. Are you creating good news to come your way? I'm glad you're good. And I understand tired. All right, well, let's start with a little bit of Reiki. We're going to do 5 minutes of Reiki. After that, we're going to do some manifestation advice. I guess I'll be a good girl today and take my rings off. I really shouldn't wear my rings whenever I'm doing Reiki. Ooh, that one was a little tight. Woo, baby. As summer goes on, they get a little tighter. Oh, that one's really tight. That one might stay on. This one I never even put all the way on. All right, I really didn't think it was going to take this long to get rings off. Anyway, the reason we take rings off for Reiki is because a lot of times as the energy is flowing through, it can really heat up the rings and it can change their shape because it will soften up the metal. This ring, I guess, is staying until it gets colder outside. Anyway, so rings are off for the most part. Let's go ahead and start Reiki. I am starting the Reiki for whatever is for the highest and best good of each of you as individuals. If you have something more particular that you want the Reiki to focus on, please feel free to go ahead and adjust that intention. You don't have to let us know what you're adjusting it to, but it is always kind of fun to know what you're adjusting your Reiki attentions to. So let's go ahead and get started. It is 8 after where I am, so that means we are going to finish up at 8 to 9 to 10. Yeah, 3 after. 13 after, I should say. What a lucky number. Oh, you guys are pulling in a lot of Reiki. Either you or somebody who comes by this video later on. Somebody is. Three more minutes of Reiki. Also, if you guys have any questions about the Reiki, this is the time to ask those. I'm happy to answer those while we're actually doing Reiki. Excuse me. Two more minutes on the Reiki. You might be right, Nomad. Could be that everybody has left town where they're driving. One more minute. Okay, 13 after the hour. Did you guys know that in the Native American tradition there are 13 grandmothers? Wrong hand. 13 is a very lucky number for those of us who are female. For a lot of reasons, that's just one of them. I heard about that from a medicine woman from the Nishnabek tribe and from First Nation or First Nations in Canada. But I got the impression that that's more than just from her tribe or her tribal belief. I got the impression that that belief is spread further than that. All right, let's see about our manifestation advice for today. Manifestation advice for the next 24 hours for those of us who are here in the room right now and those who stumble across this video later. Let's see what shows up. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. Aw, friendships, networks, hanged man waiting, looking at things through different perspectives, and the fool continuing on with something we might have questioned. So this is really interesting. We should look up Ocean Jasper too, because Ocean Jasper wants to be a part of this message. So just recharging it with the selenite. Before I even start talking about the cards, I want to know why Ocean Jasper is showing up. What does Ocean Jasper mean? Beepity dee dee, beepity dee. I usually don't have a stone say it wants to be a part of our message. Ocean jasper, esoteric meaning. Not Saphira meaning. Try that again. Okay, what do we have? Boopity dee dee. Holding the energy of water and the ocean, the energy of ocean jasper meaning is a heart opening stone that invites you to call love, kindness, and happiness into your life. Offers a sense of comfort and empowerment that nurtures your soul. That really lines up here with that Three of Cups too, because the Three of Cups talks about friendship and networks and those people that are important to us and having that quality time with them, actually. So this Three of Cups does talk about this idea of friends, and we've got this idea of adding comfort, basically nurturing relationships, nurturing the heart, nurturing the bonds. We have the Hanged Man, which says, let's look at things from a different perspective. Maybe our manifestation advice is to put ourselves in somebody else's shoes and have some empathy for what they might be facing or what they might be going through, because the Hanged Man is seeing the world from a different perspective. You know, when we stand upright, we see the world one way. When we're flipped over 180 degrees, we're seeing the world from a different perspective, in a different way. So, very interesting there. And we've got some runestone symbolism in here too. We've got Othello, which talks about the ancestors or somebody with good advice who's been around longer than us. We've got Rido, which talks about traveling. Sometimes traveling can give us a different perspective as well. And look at this. This one talks about good luck, actually. So we like that. And this one over here in the back talks about being interconnected without being codependent. And it kind of looks like these symbols are sort of coming out of her hands. So this is looking at things from a different perspective so that we can understand each other better in our friendship circles, in our support network circles. And once we have this different perspective, we see ourselves here with the Fool. We're continuing on with something that we might have been questioning. There might have been a relationship or a connection with a group that we were questioning, that we had to say, I don't know if I want to put energy or effort into that. This says that after rethinking that, after looking at things from different perspective, putting ourselves in other people's shoes, this says then once we've done that, then it's a good idea to move forward with those things and continue on with them. This is not starting something new. This is continuing something old that was begun as a leap of faith. This is some type of relationship. For some of us, it might be romantic. For others of us, this is going to be a friendship or a family relationship, but it's something where there's a nice bond. It's mutually beneficial, and it's definitely something where maybe we're running into issues because we're having a hard time seeing things from the other person's viewpoint. It's time to look at that and bring that warmth back into that relationship or relationships. Interesting. Tammy Bambi. I'm fantastic, my friend. How are you? I'm alive. I'm breathing. I'm doing readings and Reiki sessions. My YouTube is going viral. My client base is expanding. My life is good, and getting better all the time. I love it when people ask me that question. You have to tell me how you are. And guys, this is a safe place to come out with your manifestations. Nobody's going to judge. I want you all to be manifesting some wonderful things. So if somebody asks you how you are, man, say it. Say it proud. All right. Let's see. We need to do some readings. We've done everything else. Now it's time to do a little bit of reading for the people in the room. So if you have a question, put your question down. If you want a message from Spirit, let me know. We're going to start the list. We're starting a list and we're checking it twice. Gonna read for those who are naughty and for those who are nice. Okay, Desiree wants a message. Who else? Bindi. Hello, hello. Welcome. Have I seen you in the room before? Because I don't remember your name. Who else? Boop-a-dee-doo-doo, boop-a-da-doo. I know there's a delay, so I'm going to wait a little longer. Get a couple more people on this list, and then we'll start doing our readings. Cheryl, hello, hello, welcome. How are you today, my friend? My Idaho friend, how do you like that? I actually remembered where you're from this time. Beep-a-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Beep-a-dee-dee. Okay, anybody else want a message or have a question? Let me know, let me know, let me know. I'm going to get one more person on this list and then we're going to start doing readings. You guys know I'm not very patient. Oh, yay. What kind of dog do you have? Tammy, do you not want a message? Do you not have a question? Devyancha, you always have a question. A dachshund. They can be cute, but they can also be ferocious. My first in-laws had a dachshund there for a little while, and oh my goodness, that thing would not let me get near Dad at all. Okay, message from Spirit for Tammy. Burp, 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 burp. Okay. All right, so we're starting with Desiree. Everybody have your eyes out for a piggyback message. So far we've got all messages from Spirit, which really gives us a lot of room for piggyback messages. She's spoiled rotten. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's hard not to spoil a dog, I think. Boopity doo 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 doo, Desiree, 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 Desiree. Desiree, I'm going to tell you, I don't know if I'm even going to put down cards for you, honey bunny, because here's what I'm seeing. Just as I'm like singing your name and just kind of feeling into your energy as I do that, and this is going to seem really obvious once I say it when you think about your name, but what I'm seeing around you is basically like desert landscape, like just dry sand, maybe a cactus or two here or there, but just really deserty landscape. And for me, a desert landscape indicates the idea that the people around in the environment, like they don't have a lot of faith or a lot of belief or a lot of hope. They're just kind of any kind of sense of optimism that they have is kind of shriveled up. That's kind of what a desert landscape is for me. And when people's optimism is shriveled up, that means those people are not very productive either because they're just not expecting good things. So when we don't expect good things, it becomes really hard to create good things. So I'm seeing around you this desert landscape, and it's going to sound like you hope it rains soon. It's going to sound a little bit wild when I say this, but I'm seeing you as being like the ray of sunshine that revitalizes the environment, which is telling me that the people that you're interacting with in this landscape, like you're the water carrier. Like you're bringing in the sunlight for the plants to do photosynthesis, to grow, to be nurtured, to have some optimism. Um, so I think it's important for you to be aware of a couple of things. First of all, the people that we surround ourselves with, like it's really easy to match their energy. And so we don't always want to match people's energy just because they happen to be around us. But also it's good for you to be aware that what you are bringing into the environment is nurturing and uplifting, because I think of sunlight like I think of the sun card in tarot. The sun brings in the truth, and it's the truth that sets us free. You don't have to say it in a mean way, by the way. But it also brings in the warmth and the nourishment. It brings in upliftment. It brings in encouragement. So I think that you may not see your environment being impacted by you, or how your environment's impacted by you, because the responses may be pretty subtle because of where the people in your environment are mentally and emotionally. But that doesn't mean that you're not making a difference for those people that you're coming in contact with. And so it's important to remember, not only be aware of who you're in contact with and what their energy is, but also be aware of your energy as you're walking around in this environment, and be aware that your energy is impacting the environment you're around. Okay? And I hope that makes sense for you. Okay, good. Excellent. Okay, Bindi, are you still in the room? Bindi didn't answer my last question, so that's why I wonder if Bindi's still in the room or not. After Bindi is going to be Cheryl. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Is this your first time in the room, Bindi? At least first time in my room? No. Okay, you've been here before. All right, then you know the rules. You know how this goes. This can be past, present, or future. And I don't choose the topic. Are you in here under a different name? I don't remember your name being in here before. So weird. Okay, message from Spirit for Bindi. Boopity-doo-doo, boopity-doo. Dang. Okay, Bindi. You're going through a little bit of a rough patch right now, from what I can see. So I'm going to say put on your hard hat and your safety belt for this reading, although we do have an encouraging ending. But with my Four of Cups here coming up first, this basically says, man, I'm feeling down. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling like, why me? Basically, I'm having a big old pity party. And we know pity parties feel justified right when we're having them, but they're not very productive, and they don't help us move forward. Well, why are you having a pity party? Well, the Devil card in reverse tells us why. This says that you are getting beyond some kind of subconscious belief system that's been holding you back, some kind of obsession, some kind of addiction, or some kind of fear. And basically all of those are based in fear. Fear is the underlying culprit whenever we have to get past the devil here. So when we've got the devil in reverse, you're facing some kind of fear. You're facing something that really makes you fearful, but you're facing it. You're looking it straight in the eye, and you're not letting it have control over you. Okay? At least not complete control, but you are having a little bit of a pity party. This, to me, this would be like, and this is just an example of how this energy could manifest. It doesn't have to be manifesting exactly this way for you, But for me, this energy looks like, it's almost like when an alcoholic finally realizes, wow, I really can't drink like other people. I really can't just have just one. If I'm not going to drink again and not going to let drink be a problem in my life, I can't have just one. I can't do that at the wedding reception or at the baby christening or whatever else. I can't celebrate like that anymore. And that is definitely facing a fear whenever you're up against something like that. But it can feel like, oh my gosh, why me? Why can't I be like everybody else? Okay, so I don't know that that's your actual situation, but that's the energy. Like whatever this fear is that you're facing, I think it has you, just the idea that you have to deal with this has you feeling a little bit of a pity party. Okay, now, best advice or heads up around this situation. Four of Pentacles talks about pouring out a lot of energy and effort towards something. This can be pouring out money. Money is one expression of energy, but it's not the only one. So pouring out a lot of energy and effort towards something. What are you pouring it out towards? Well, the Queen of Pentacles says, I've been really generous. I feel like you've been really generous with yourself. This totally feels like all of this is around self-work to you. And I have recognized that what I was doing was not helping me to move forward. In fact, it might have even been enabling me to do less instead of more. And so you're basically kind of cutting yourself off from whatever this is that relates to this fear. Whatever was feeding into this fear, you're not allowing yourself to go there anymore. And you're putting a lot of energy and effort into not allowing yourself to go there anymore. All right, now the reason I said that this ends in an encouraging way is because look at this. We end with the Ace of Swords. This basically says by you doing this, pouring out this energy to make sure you don't go back into that space where you let this toxicity or this fear run you. What does the Bible say? It says sin crouches at the door waiting to pounce on you. But as long as you're facing this and you're cutting yourself off, even putting out a lot of energy to cut yourself off from going back to this, this allows you to clear your mind and to see things with clarity, to have this new understanding of things. So I feel like the longer you're not being run by whatever this fear is, and the longer you put out the energy and the effort to not let it take back over, to not fall back into that bin, then the more clarity you got in your own life about how to handle not only this situation, but any other situation in your life as well. Because what does fear do? Fear totally dulls our senses as far as when we're trying to think something out. We can't think logically when we're in fear mode. So if you can keep yourself out of fear mode, then you get to think logically. Then you find solutions and answers that you never could have dreamed were even available to you, as long as you were letting the fear control you. Okay, so that's your advice or heads up here. Hope that makes sense for you. I hope people got a piggyback off of that too. That was a big one. People should have got a piggyback off of that. All right, let me make sure nobody booked an appointment with me. While I was talking to y'all yet? Okay. All right, let's do a reading for Cheryl. Message from Spirit for Cheryl. My goodness, y'all got quiet on that one. Because I don't candy coat things, and I don't judge people. Either one. But if I candy coat things, guess what? then you won't hear the truth. And what is it that sets you free? It's the truth. So I am obligated to tell you the truth in the best way that I know how. Otherwise, I'm not helpful, and I'm here to be helpful. All right, Cheryl. Cheryl. Uh-oh. Cheryl, what are you thinking about here? All right, let's get everything up in the camera here. All right, so Cheryl, let's look at your situation. What do we have for Cheryl's situation? First of all, we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, for me, that talks about impatience. Okay? So, impatience. Feeling antsy. You feel like there's more that you can offer the world than what you have been offering, and you would like to find a way to do that, but you're feeling limited and restricted about that. Okay? We have the Eight of Cups coming up in reverse. Guess what? You're walking back towards that situation where you felt limited and restricted. Why? Don't do it, man. Why are you going to taste liberation and then walk back to a place where you feel limited and restricted? And like you can't offer everything that you want to offer to the world. Why are you going to do that? Okay? Divyancha, you never asked for a reading. You never even made the list. Let's see. Then, Miss Cheryl, we have the Ten of Cups, followed by the Three of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the Tower in reverse. Okay, so for advice or heads up, what we have coming up is happiness. So do those things that make you happy. Enjoy the company of others. Like we talked about earlier in this video, the Ten of Cups is happiness in cooperation with other people. I think that was this video. Maybe that was Rumble. Anyway, happiness in cooperation with other people. Now, this is interesting because this gets tricky. It seems like there's a fine line that you have to walk here because this is happiness that includes others, maybe includes a family, includes people that you're close with. However, Three of Pentacles in reverse says, don't collaborate with somebody. All right? So, we already see you getting ready to walk back to feeling more restricted. It's not psychic work here to figure out. That's what Spirit's saying. Don't collaborate with that. Instead, hang out with people and find satisfaction and happiness with hanging out with those people. Maybe these are the people that you can help and you can serve and you can do more for. Collaborating with this limiting or restricting situation, obviously, hello, we don't want to do that. Instead, what we want to do, we want to take that tower and we want to rebuild it. This tower has come down with whoever this was that you were collaborating with, that you're thinking about walking back to. This tower has come down here for a reason. Now, this tower is crumbled rubble. There are no rooms in this tower anymore. There's no stairs in this tower. You're not going to go take shelter in this rubble. Don't collaborate where the tower fell down. It's time to rebuild the tower in a more stable, secure way. And it's time to rebuild the tower in a way that allows you to offer as much to the world as you want to offer. If you go back to your same restrictive situation, you don't get to do that. So while that's easy, there's something about the comfort of something that we understand, even if it's not comfortable and it's not what we want, but we get used to it. So it kind of becomes easy to go back to it. Spirit's saying, don't do it, man. Rebuild, make a better tower. Don't go back to the rubble. Create a better tower that allows you to help as many people as you want to help, to interact with as many people as you want to interact. Don't limit yourself. Don't go back to the old limitations. Velvet handcuffs are still handcuffs. Okay? So I hope that makes sense for you, Cheryl. Velvet handcuffs are still handcuffs. Hello there, Shanley. Shanley, do you have a question for me today, or do you want a message from Spirit? Oh, Divyansha wants to know any good news coming her way. Has a question. Okay. Jennifer Davis. Hello, hello. Okay. All right. Debiani's in the room. Bye-bye. We're filling up. You know, guys, I'm one of those people that I save the best for last. Like whenever it's on my plate, I eat the thing that looks like it's going to taste the best. I eat that last. Today I saved YouTube for last. I've already been to Rumble. I've already been to Facebook. Saved YouTube for last, and I'm really glad I did. This is the first place where people have actually talked to me. Guys, don't forget to share this video with other people too, so we can have more and more. We want to grow this community. Grow this community. So we did Cheryl's already. Yep. Okay, Divyanshi actually asked me first, but I didn't realize that was actually a question. So I think we're going to do Divyanshi. And then who did I put down as TB? What is wrong with me? Why would I even? Oh, that's Tammy Bambi. I know who that is. So Divyanshi. Oh, yay. Thank you, Chanley. I really do appreciate it because, you know, we're trying to get as many people in here as possible. And having people to talk to when I'm live is what keeps me interested in coming back live again. Otherwise, I may as well just be making a video and uploading it. Okay, so Divyansha. What is coming for Divyansha that is good? I hate asking these questions, guys, because I feel like we're limiting spirit. What if they need to give you a heads up about something so you can prepare for it? Now we've just totally ruled that out. I don't know how many more times I'm going to answer this question. Ooh. Well, what's coming up for you that's good is you're going to be doing some meditation. Instead of running around like a chicken with your head cut off, you're going to be doing some meditation, staying home and chilling out and doing some meditation about stuff. Why? Because you're feeling vulnerable about something. Has you feeling like you need to tune into spirit. You were thinking of me. How come? Pizza sounds good. I'm hungry too. Okay, Tammy Bambi, you're next. Are you still in the room? You know what the cure to sadness is? Action. Take some action. How do I say this name? Tehasvi Saxena. Hello, hello. Welcome. Glad you're in the room. I hope I didn't butcher your name too hard. What kind are you getting, Nomad? Okay, so let's see. I'm going to add this Tehasvi Saxena. Well, we're glad you're here. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can catch me when I go live again. Let's see. Well, you better put your question in there. I don't know if I'm going to have time to get to it or not, but you can put your question in there. Oh, Chanley brought you in. Yay! Very cool. A peppy and chill one? Peppy and chili one? You're getting chili pizza? Now I want a cup of chili. All right, so let's see. Tammy Bambi has not told me that she's still here. Who was after Tammy? Chandley is up next then, because Tammy took off. Does sound good. You know what else sounds good? Getting one of those like big rolls of bread and tearing out the center and filling it up with some good meaty chili. Yummy. Tammy Bambi is here. Okay. So we're going to do Tammy first and then Chandley. After that, we have Jen, then Devyani, then Tehasvi. And I'm going to be here about 20 more minutes, so we'll see. Maybe I'll get to everybody. If I don't get to y'all, y'all know. Y'all have seen me in action, most of you. If you actually want a reading, all you have to do is check out the website and schedule one with me. And that way it'll be in private. Not everybody will hear all about your business. All right, so let's see here. For Tama Bamba. Tama Bamba. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Tammy, you're going to have to go back to the beginning of this video and watch the manifestation advice because I don't think you were here when we did it, but this is definitely feeding into that manifestation advice. All right, so your situation has to do with the idea of being fair to somebody who comes up as a King of Cups type personality. So this is going to be somebody who is comfortable expressing their feelings. And this could be somebody who actually has a lot of feelings for you. But with this Justice card, this talks about let's be fair. Let's balance things out with this person. Okay? So this can be if you're giving too much to them, you want to kind of mirror their energy, or if they're giving too much to you, you want to kind of make things right somehow. So that's very interesting that that comes up. Now, boo, 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 boo. Best advice or heads up here. We have the Six of Swords, Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Star. Okay, so Six of Swords. Oof. Tammy, there's something about this person who has you really triggered to where your subconscious mind is like running you. You want to get yourself away from the drama and the chaos and into something calm. You might need to have a little nervous system reset so that you can see whatever this situation is in a calm way, in a more logical way. Nine of Wands in reverse says kind of go with the flow. So first get calm. Then you kind of want to go with the flow. You want to act off the cuff. You don't want to make any big plans here. You just want to go with the flow here. And the Star talks about bringing some hope for some healing. Now the healing is twofold here. The healing has to do with you healing whatever this is that's triggering you, but also healing whatever this trigger has caused to be jacked up between you and this other person. Okay? Yep, they glow on this card for sure. All right, so I hope that helps you. Hope that helps you. I know I've been through that. We definitely have a delay on this line. All right, so Chandley and then Jen, you are in the batter's box. So Chandley wants a message from Spirit. Here we go. Here we go. You're quite welcome. And you guys, if you want readings with me, I do. I will knock your socks off if you think I do something impressive with just 5 cards. But if you get a 30-minute live reading with me, that's one of the things that's available on my website. Also, if you just want 1 or 2 questions answered, that's also available on my website. So if I don't get to you while I'm here in this video, you may be able to get something like that. Or if you just need a bigger reading than what I can do with 1 question on a video, you may want to book something with me. Yeah, I just finished reading for Tammy. Thank you, Chanley. Boo-ba-da-doo-doo-doo. Thank you very much, Avneet, for those kind words. Avneet's been getting readings with me for, I don't know, years now. Probably since 2013. I think she showed up pretty early when I hadn't had a YouTube for very long. Yep. All right, so let's see here. Yep, it's a while. She knows if I'm a good reader or not. She's been reading with me long enough to know that. All right, so Chanley, message from Spirit can be past, present, or future. I don't pick the topic or the time frame. If it's past or present, you'll recognize it. If you don't recognize it, it's future. Future generally happens within 2 weeks at the most. A lot of times within 2 days or sooner. Right? Okay, Tammy, I still keep seeing you say I'm here, so I don't know if you just have a really bad delay on your line or if you don't realize that I did just read for you, but the last spread was for you, Tammy. Okay, so ba-ba-da-da-da, Chanley. We have the Knight of Pentacles, plus we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Now, this is an interesting situation. Knight of Pentacles talks about taking care of business, taking care of the budget, doing what it takes to make sure ends meet, going out and doing the work, getting paid. Also, not doing crazy things with the budget, not doing impulse spending or whatever. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This tells me that you're taking care of the budget because you're giving somebody a gift. Isn't this interesting? I think the budget is especially important to you right now because you're giving somebody a gift. It's not so much important just for you, but because of this gift that you want to give. Or this gift that you have given or will be giving. Okay? Boo-ba-da-doo-doo. Now, best advice or heads up around this situation. We do have the Two of Swords, Seven of Swords in reverse, and the Wheel. Now, this is kind of interesting. Oh, you're giving somebody a Scorpio gift. You're giving somebody a second chance. I've got 4 planets in Scorpio, and if somebody gets a second chance with me, it is a flipping gift. Okay? And so this isn't even necessarily about making money. This is about putting energy and effort into something because you're giving somebody a second chance. You're trying to give them a wholehearted second chance, not just a halfway one. Okay? Advice or insight around here. Look at this. You've got the Two of Swords. You're feeling a little bit shaky about doing this. Oh my goodness, I don't know if I should do this or not. Seven of Swords talks about kind of almost going back into this situation through the side door. But you've got the Wheel here, which shows that the timing for this is right. It is the right timing to be giving this second chance. So if you were waiting until somebody would actually appreciate the second chance or whatever it was you were waiting for here, this card says the timing is right. Things are lining up now. This other person has, this is something that has the potential to pay off at this point. Okay? So that's Chanley. You're quite welcome. If it hasn't happened yet, just give it a little bit. All right, let's see. 11 more minutes. Jen D. And Avneet said she put in a question here somewhere. I want to add her to the list. Although I don't know if I'm going to get that far, honestly. Okay. That's a question. All right. If I don't get to you, we can always do a one question reading if you want. I'm not seeing it as being too likely I'm going to get there. Because Jen D, after that, Devyani, you're in the batter's box. After that is Tejasvi, Saxena, and then Avneet. Look at that. We have Temperance. That's my patience card. What else? What else? Why? Okay, who am I reading for? Jen, why are all my cards falling out of my hand? Three of Wands in reverse. Don't be making long-term plans. Be patient. Okay. It's not time to make long-term plans yet. Jen, you have so much energy that is just going crazy around you. All right, let's see what else we have for Jen. Boo ba doo 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 doo. That's not normal for me to have them pop out. That means that when my cards start misbehaving and start trying to shuffle right out of my head, that means there's a lot of energy moving around you. You're going through a lot of changes. There's big transformation. There may be a lot of confusion. I used to always say, if 5 cards pop, that means you need a reading. Well, we had a whole stack try to come out. I didn't let them hit the table, though. All right, so Jen, Ace of Pentacles talks about an opportunity or a gift that you receive. Covered by the Two of Swords, this is a decision. So you're trying to make a decision about some kind of opportunity that's in front of you or a gift that you could be receiving. Okay? Now, a lot of things are happening when that's going on, Nomad. Now, best advice or heads up. We have the Tower, Three of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. So here's the thing. The Tower tells me that whatever this gift or opportunity is, if you were to decide to take it, it's going to shake up your life, shake up your routine. Things are definitely going to be different, okay? Three of Pentacles, this allows you to collaborate with somebody else. So this allows for collaboration. And I'm going to tell you, I think that this is a good thing because we've got the Four of Pentacles, which allows you to stash something away for the future. So if you've got some kind of shake-up collaboration that allows you to stash something away for the future, you're getting something out of this that helps you, even towards the long term. So I don't know what this opportunity is. Maybe somebody who normally would work a metaphysical fair and do like the aura lighting, all of a sudden, last minute, can't do it, or the aura pictures, and maybe you get called in to do aura pictures instead. And so it's a huge shakeup, definitely, especially considering energy level and all of that good stuff. But it also allows you to put something back towards the future. Now, that's just an example. I don't know that that specific thing is going to happen. But this is, with that Four of Pentacles, this is what it feels like to me. It feels like whatever this is allows you to put something away for the future. It's not, the opportunity has great potential, but it definitely will shake things up. You're quite welcome. All right, so let's see. How much more time? 6 more minutes. Devyani, are you still in the room, Devyani? I know you were a few minutes ago. Devyani gets a message from Spirit. Devyani's got cards falling too. Ooh, baby. Okay. All right, here we go. Devyani, by the way, those cards that flipped out tell me that there's some truth that came up or that will be coming up that's going to have you feeling very confused. Just hearing that truth is going to change your whole idea about things. Thank you, Tehazve. I hope I'm saying your name right. Devyani. Let's see what we have for you. Ooh, we haven't had this card yet today. That's the Scorpio card. Devyani, what's your sign? And if you know your rising sign and your moon, I would like to know that as well. Look at you. Actually, I mean, it's pretty empowered. Virgo sun, Gemini rising, and Pisces moon. Wow, that Virgo Gemini is that's a combination there. I don't know how you handle yourself. And the Pisces moon. It is nicely balanced though. All right, so here's the thing. You've got somebody who's in your tribe group or your family, your friend group, who's been jumping up and down on your last nerve. They may even be doing something to like stab you in the back or something like that. You already know about this. So, I mean, I can just speak clearly here because whatever this is that's going on, you already know about it. I'm not breaking any news here. Okay. Now, with this card coming up here, this card says basically that you've already put an end to any interactions with these people. They have done crossed the line. They have done pissed you off that much. Okay. And this is a Scorpio card. Like I said, what are Scorpios known for? Well, they're known, first of all, they have long fuses. You can do a lot to a Scorpio. But once you have pissed us off, guess what happens? You're not alive to us anymore. We just don't see you. We don't hear you. You can be standing in front of us doing jumping jacks, and we're going to look right through you. That's how it works with us. Once we've decided that you are not worth our energy, we literally will not give you that energy. All right? Now, with this Scorpio card here, this is saying that because it's in reverse, you've already, these friends are dead to you, basically. You may not have thought about it in those words before, but I'm going to tell you, you've already made these friends dead to you. With this card here, this says, stand your ground. Don't back out of that. Something about these friends, they must have been pretty toxic for Spirit to show me this is the situation where you're standing your ground. You're not even interacting with these fools anymore. Okay? Chanley, this reading is not for you, but you could get a piggyback. Okay? Because here's the thing. I have spent my whole career reading for groups of people in online chat rooms on a regular basis, and I know how to zero in. Okay? Now, Spirit can give piggyback meanings to multiple other people in the room, and that's fine and that's cool. But no, this one is targeted for Devyani. Okay? Now, you could get a piggyback. I won't take that away from you. But you don't get to claim this reading as yours because it's not. Now, 9 of Wands, 5 of Wands, and the World showing up here for your advice or your heads up. 9 of Wands, look, there's a fence here. There's a fire at the end of this wand. She's out on the prairie. What burns faster than prairie grass? I don't know of a damn thing, girlfriend. This is talking about keeping those boundaries, burning those bridges, burn them down, baby. Five of Wands. Otherwise, they just distract you. They're total distractions. But if you burn these bridges, you don't ever have to be distracted by them again. And with the World card, you get to complete whatever this cycle is that these silly fools have you on. And then you get to put your energy onto something that is more productive because you're leveling up. They didn't. They're still down here in the lower level negs. You're leveling up into higher energy, much more positive energy. But you have to burn these bridges first. Otherwise, they try to keep pulling you back into that neg energy. We don't need negative energy. They've already shown you who they are. They've already shown you how they're going to act, whether they're gossips, backstabbers, cheaters, whether they're just, just annoying as heck, whether they're just psychic vampires, whatever it is, they've already shown you. Why are you going to let that back? No. Burn that bridge. Look, there's fire there too. Burn that bridge so they don't get to keep distracting you so you can move on to the next level where you're supposed to go. Let them sort out their level all by themselves. Start that fire is right. Divine timing. Hello, hello. I'm actually not going to get to anybody else on the list right now. I'm here for a minute. An hour and a minute and 35 seconds at this moment. So we are done with reading. How many people did we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 messages in. That's not bad. All right, guys. So y'all know if you want to book a private reading with me, all you have to do is go to my website to do that. And I would love to read for you guys because that is my favorite thing. I also do Reiki, I also do mentoring, and I teach classes. So if you go to my website, you can see about all the stuff that I do. While you're there, sign up for the newsletter because I do predictions for every sign every week in my newsletter. And also make sure that you've hit the notification bell here and you've subscribed to me here so you'll catch me next time I go live. All right, guys, thank you very much for being here. Ms. Rhoda, I'm sorry I didn't get to you. Evneet, I'm sorry I didn't get to you. Tejazve, even though you're new, I didn't get to you either, and I am so sorry. Everybody have a fantastic day, though. Peace out.